Hello and welcome to Pole Position News. This past weekend marked the first Grand Prix of the 2025 season, and in this video, we'll be covering the race in Lando Norris' first win of the year with McLaren. Lando Norris triumphed at the season-opening Formula One Australian Grand Prix after surviving rain showers, safety car periods, and a late off-track excursion. Starting in wet conditions with unpredictable weather throughout the afternoon, Norris took the checker flag as McLaren showcased its dominance over the rest of the field when conditions allowed. Max Verstappen finished in second, pushing Norris all the way to the end of the 57-lap race, with last season's top two drivers leading the charge. The home race curse struck Oscar Piastri, who ended up in a disappointing ninth place after a trip through the grass, following Norris off the track on lap 44. It was a solid day for Mercedes, with George Russell managing to avoid most of the chaos and securing third place on the podium. His new teammate, Andrea Kimi Antonelli, finished fourth but received a 5-second penalty for an unsafe release during the pit stops, dropping him behind Alex Albon, who delivered a strong performance for Williams. Ferrari had a tough day, as both Charles Leclerc and Lewis Hamilton, who took a weather gamble, finished in 8th and 10th places respectively. There were also notable performances from Lance Stroll in 6th for Aston Martin and Nico Hülkenberg in 7th for Sauber. The challenging conditions led to the early exit of 4 2025 rookies, with Isaac Hadjar, Jack Doohan, Gabriel Bortolito, and Liam Lawson all crashing out of the race. The weather made it difficult to decide whether the race should start behind the safety car, but eventually, a traditional start was allowed as the rain held off. All 20 drivers opted for intermediate tires. Unfortunately, Hadjar's race was over before it even started as he spun his Racing Bulls at turn 2, damaging his rear wing and forcing a restart. Once the race resumed, Doohan crashed into the wall in his home race, bringing out the safety car again. It wasn't just the rookies struggling, as Carlos Sainz, the 2024 winner at Albert Park, crashed out on the final corner behind the safety car, ending his Williams debut prematurely. At that point, Verstappen had already passed Piastri to split the McLarens, with Norris leading as the incidents were cleared. Racing resumed on lap 7, and the drying track saw drivers searching for wet patches to keep their intermediate tires in working condition. Piastri fought his way back up to second, closing in on Verstappen before the reigning world champion made a rare mistake and went straight on at turn 11, narrowly avoiding the gravel. As Verstappen struggled with his tires and dropped back, Piastri began cutting into Norris' lead. McLaren team orders came into play when Piastri was instructed to hold position as both drivers worked through back markers. Time to go racing, McLaren CEO Zak Brown told Sky Sports F1 after both Haas drivers were lapped. Piastri made a small mistake, giving Norris some breathing room as the track conditions shifted again. Pit stops began as Fernando Alonso spun into the wall at turn 6, bringing out another safety car. Both McLaren drivers switched to hard tires, while Verstappen, who had been out of the top 2, chose a set of medium tires for the restart. Just as the safety car came in, rain began to fall heavily, forcing Norris to pit, while Piastri slid off onto the grass. Verstappen inherited the lead for first time, with Hamilton moving up to second after passing Leclerc, Albon, and Tsunoda. The rain intensified, and Ferrari took a gamble to stay out, but both Bortolito and Lawson spun, bringing out another safety car and ruining any chances of Hamilton or Leclerc surprising with a different strategy. The final restart saw Norris leading the pack with just 5 laps remaining, and he managed to hold on to take victory. Leclerc overtook Hamilton for 7th place, while Verstappen closed in on Norris but couldn't find a way through. Piastri fought back to finish in 9th, passing Hamilton on the last lap. So, did you enjoy the first race of the year? Leave your comments, like this video, and subscribe for more. I see you on the next video.